Hello everyone, welcome to RNG University. Today we're going to open, finally, brand new Capenna. Alright, so not sure what happened to the old Capenna, but it's gone. We don't care. We only care about new stuff. So here we go. I mean, here's some mixed reviews about new Capenna, so I'm going to open one box by myself. Brought to you by Papa Bezos. Hopefully these are actually new Capenna bags. And we did get our Gala greeter, so that's where it is. There it is. All right, so that's the top loader or box topper. Not top loader, box topper. And I think every box has the exact same box topper, so there is that. At least there's no variance, and I don't know if there's any chase cards in the set, so we're gonna find out what's in these boxes. All right, no pull tab. They do have these little corner things that we didn't notice before. But you know, still, these supposedly it's real, and just like Kamigawa, these are impossible to open. So here we go. Let's see what we can get. All right, we got a doggo, so off to a good start. This is exactly what we want, right? Doggo. All right, warm welcome. I'm gonna go fast on these commons, even though it's the first box of Capenna I've ever opened. The commons they don't care about. We got Fatal Grudge. Fatal Grudge. Suspicious Bookcase. That's a pretty good card. It's a very good draft chaff. I don't even know if it's chaff because it's a good wall and you can make a creature unblockable in draft. That's pretty good. In regular game, I'm not sure. Oh, and we got these new 4-hour lands. They like doing 4-hour lands, but they're not very landy. They're all kind of like in the city. I guess you can have a swamp in the city. That's technically fine, but all the other ones are kind of wonky. All right, then we got a tram station. It's just a common. Rakishi, whatever, Reveler. Basically, it's one of those, the 3-mana creature that you can turn into a land somehow. Not very impressed. And then we got Brazen Upstart. This is, I've been hearing good stuff about this card. When Brazen Upstart died, look at the top card of your library, 5 cards of your library. If you're a creature card, put it amongst them into your hand, the rest on the bottom of your library, any order. Pretty good card. And then we got Jennifer, Jetmir II. I hear a lot of flavor talk about this. Apparently, she doesn't summon that many cats, and that's what everyone's gripe is. I think it's a fine card. All right, and then we got our Life of the Party. That is a Life of a Party. He's giving out people coins. I want to go to that party. First strike, trample, haste. Whenever Life of the Party attacks, it gets +X+0, where X is the number of creatures you control. When Life of the Party enters the battlefield, if it's not a token, each opponent creates a token of copy of it. Those tokens are goaded for the rest of the game. Hey, that's a pretty good ability. You can just make people attack each other for fun. I like that ability. Unfortunately, there's one big gripe I have about this card, and that is it's called the Life of a Party, and it has nothing to do with party cards. That's just a big flavor fail. And then we have Evolving Door. This is the wannabe, what is that thing called again? The birthing pot? Not real birthing pot. Regal, Streetwise Mentor. He's very regal, and when it enters the battlefield with a shield counter on it, and when you attack a creature or planeswalker with power 1 or less, we can draw a card. And we got our first Gilded Foil. Look at that. It's very, very shiny. Soul of Emancipation is our Emancipation Proclamation. When it enters the battlefield, destroy up to 3 other target non-land permanent for each of those to create a 3/3. Its controller creates a 3/3 White Angel. So it's the little tusk thing from back in, I think, Rise of Zendikar? Eldrazi, whatever that set is called. That had like a 9/9 that does it. And we got our treasure token. I'm going to put the Gilded Foil on the side because it's not a mythic, but it's cool. All right, and we got a treasure token that is incredibly off-center. I don't even know how they printed this card. It's like I drew this on my backyard. Look at it. The top is like 5 inches. The bottom is like 2 millimeters. But hey, it is what it is. It's just a token, so I guess we shouldn't complain too much about it. I didn't notice on a doggo before, but you can also see on a doggo. That's our token. All right, I hope Wizards' print quality doesn't go back down again. For a while, they had really terrible print quality, and then it got a little bit better, and then now this happens. So who knows? We got Sewer Crocodile. So we're watching it. What's that called again? The Suicide Squad again. Here's our Broker Charm. This is our bent charm of the day. Destroy target permanent or enchantment. I wish it's permanent. And draw 2 cards. No one cares about the first ability, I guess, but it's something. The first ability's got too much words. Might be good. I don't even know. I don't want to read. All right, we got another Brazen Upstart. The Obscura Charm. This charm's actually pretty good because you can return a permanent with value 3 or less as long as it's multicolor. So a lot of planeswalkers. And you can destroy target creature or planeswalker with 3 or less. And then counter target instant sorcery. So it's your typical bank charm. It's not bad. We got Mask Bandit, which is bad. And we got Topiary Stomper. I love this card. It's such a good design. It's 3 mana, 4/4, which is, outweighted the cost to... we're added the ability... I should say the power to the cost. The ability, however, is a rampant growth, but also it can't attack or block unless you have 7 or more lands, which, in most games isn't that hard to get. And by the time you cast this, you probably already have 3 to 4. So if you get an extra land from it, you have, 4 to 5, just 2 more lands, and you can start swinging with it. It's not bad. And we got our first mythic of the day, Fambine Boss Confidant. All right, big boss. Creature token, you can drive haste. And parlay. I love the ability parlay because, I like voting and stuff and just making people think about things. All right, so parlay is at the beginning of a combat on your turn, each player reveal the top card of their library. Each land reveal, this creature gets +1/+1, or you create a 1/1, and then each creature you control gets +1/+1 until the end of the turn. For each non-land creature revealed this way, each player draws a card. So it tries to synergize with your opponent's top of the library. So something might be good with it. And we got Extraction Specialist. People are always talking about this card's drawing looks so weird. It looks like a baby-faced lady holding an old-faced baby. I don't know. It's a weird art. It's a great ability. It's just such a weird art. All right, I should talk about ability a little bit, I guess. When it enters the battlefield, you return a mana value 2 or less. Return a creature with mana value 2 or less. From the graveyard to the battlefield, from your graveyard to the battlefield, and that creature can attack or block as long as you still control this lady. So it's a good reanimator. It's just so weird art. All right, we got Errant Street Artist. It's a flash, defender, haze, copy spell you didn't cast. Pretty good ability. And then we got another foil, Vazi the King Negotiator. Haze, star creature control. Target opponent creates XX treasure, where X is the number of treasure you control. Or no, you've created this turn when an opponent casts a spell or activates his ability. If a mana from a treasure was used to cast it, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature, then draw a card. That is a terrible ability. Give your opponents lands. I don't know. You gotta figure out some combo to do it. Oh, we got those fish tokens. All these tokens. Look at this. Look how bad it is. The top to the bottom. That is insanely off center. It's just, ugh. The words are cut off. It's like I printed in my backyard printing press. Benjamin Franklin would be ashamed. All right, we got a spirit token. Again, just on the back, I can tell already. The printing of these are so off. Expendable Lackey. Fake Your Own Death. I think that's all the commons that we have. And uncommon, we got Maestro Charm. Maestro Charm, I think, is the weakest of the 5 charms. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. Put one of them into your hand, the rest in your graveyard. Great for Reanimator, but for 3 different color mana, this is very hard to get off. Each opponent loses 3, and you only gain 3 life. Couldn't you at least gain the amount that all the opponents loses, so that in like an EDH game, it's not incredibly crappy? I don't know. The last one is just deal 5 damage, which, I mean, for 3 different mana, that's not good. Involuntary employment, that is basically every one of our lives. All right, we got Island, Masked Bandit, Botanical Plaza. We got another Gilded Foil, the Brazen Upstart. Too bad it's on uncommon, but it is what it is. Curse Explosion. I remember I drafted this once. It's not a bad card. As an additional cost to cast a spell, create a creature, or exile a creature, and then this basically deals damage equal to the creature's power to every creature on the board. So, it's a good sort of like blasphemous act. It's cheap. Shield Broker. When Shield Broker into the battlefield, put a shield counter on target non-commander creature you don't control. You gain control of that creature. Oh, okay. Just steal creatures. Horde Hauler. It's a hard name to say. All right, when it deal combat damage to a player, create a treasure token for each artifact they control. So this is a wannabe Dockside. It's something. They shouldn't give it trample, though. They should give it haste. Riveteer's Ascendancy. When you sack a creature, you may return target creature card with lesser mana value from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Do this once each turn. Or did it only once each turn? And shake down heavy. I'm not even going to read that just because I saw this. This is incredibly frustrating. You can see the words on the top of this cut card. The Wizards even give us cards? Do they not care about tokens at all? Do they not know people really care about these tokens? Just embarrassing. Anyways, at least the cards are nice. The rest of the cards are nice. And I think if you can find a well-centered token from this set, that might be actually worth a lot of money. Just for the fact of how rare they are. The Libitious, luxurious libation. Libitious is not a word. Luxurious libation. This card, I think is a good flavor win. I saw someone on YouTube talk about it. I don't remember who, but it's fun, right? They're clinking their drinks, and then at the end, you create a 1/1 green and white citizen. So, you know what happens. All right, Ceremonial Groundbreaker. Don't care. And we got a plains. How is this a plane? It's just like a train station. You know, plains are places where people farm and like grow their animals. Can I grow my animals in the train station? Is that what they're saying? Broker's Charm. Glamorous Outlaw. Obscura Charm. Oh, we got another mythic. We got the Sanctuary Warden. I don't think that's that good of a card, but it is what it is. When it enters the battlefield, it enters with 2 shield counter, which is okay. Shield counters aren't amazing. It's not indestructible counters or anything. It just protects killing for 1 turn or for 1 time. And whenever it enters the battlefield or attacks, you may remove a counter from a creature or planeswalker you control. And if you do, draw a card and create a 1/1. So draw a card is pretty nice, but creating a 1/1 is nothing. All right, so maybe good in standard, maybe, but in like almost any other format, it's just kind of pointless. All right, now we got Lethal Scheme. Convoke, destroy target creature or planeswalker. Each creature that convokes, Lethal Scheme Connive. So every time you convoke, you can copy it. That's pretty nice in like an EDH. And then we got Body Launder. We got full art version of Body Launder or Borderless. So you can launder a body and connive and bring things back. So it's pretty nice. Hey, this is a mythic pack. We got like 2. We got 3, right? We got Warden, we got Body Launder. Now we got Falco. Falco Spara, the good planeswalker. Or not planeswalker, the good mob leader that apparently had a conscience or something. I didn't read the whole thing, but online they're talking about how Falco Spar is a cool guy, and so I'm gonna say he's a cool guy. He's Flample. Flample is pretty cool, right? It's Bant, and he has a shield counter and everything. Oh, and then we got Xander's Lounge. That's a loaded pack. All right, so we got a foil Xander's Lounge, which is pretty nice. Yep. That's all I can say. I like this land. I'm going to put the lands on the side. I'm trying to get all the new Triomes that are not called Triomes. And then we got Treasure. This Treasure is a little bit better than in the centering, but still. You can see the bottom is gigantic, and then the top is super tiny. Man, at least the inside Treasure looks nice. Alright, I just don't like how the new Triomes are not called Triomes. So now I have 5 new names to remember. At least the old Triomes, they had the decency of calling them Triomes, even though they didn't go with the names, right? I should have just called like Band Triomes or something. It's not like they're trying to go for flavor in this set. A lot of these cards don't have the proper flavors in them. Mr. Orpho the Boulder. Whenever you attack, double target creature power until the end of turn. That's not that bad. It's, good combo with a thing you want to have high power. We got a mountain. Look at that. That's not a mountain. That's just a skyscraper. Are they saying that a skyscraper is a mountain? All right, we got a Riveteer Charm. Not a foil. I don't know why I was trying to show that it's a foil. Sparta Adjudicator. Botanical, not a garden. Oh, here we go. Another Extraction Specialist. The foil looks really dim on this set, so they don't look very nice. And you can see a print line kind of down the center, right where their neck is. I wonder if it's telling us something. They want to kill the Extraction Specialist. And then we got Agent's Toolkit. This card's actually pretty cool. When it enters the battlefield, it enters with a +1/+1 counter, flying counter, death touch counter, shield counter. And whenever a creature enters the battlefield, you may move a counter from this toolkit to that. And then you can also sack it to draw a card as, it's a clue. So that's a pretty cool ability. The only thing I don't like about it is that it's green. So I can't put it in my Eloise deck, which all cares about clues. So that's a little bit upsetting. And then we got a Workshop War Chief. I had to craft this in Arena because it's very good. It's Wannabe Thractus. When it dies, it gets 3/3 Rhino, when it enters the battlefield, you gain 3 life. You can blitz it so that you guarantee that 4-4, or 4-4 Rhino, not 3-3 Rhino. Or you can guarantee that 4-4 Rhino and draw a card. The only problem is it's a dice trigger, so you get exiled and it's pointless. All right, then we got Rafine's Tower. That's our Bant Triumph. Or sorry, no, that's our Esper Triumph. I'm just going to start calling them Triomes. And then we got Cemetery Tampering. Don't tamper with cemeteries. I don't like the hideaway cards. They just seem like nothing to me. Also, this line is pretty awful. You can kind of see the line down here where the arm bends. There's definitely a print line. And we got another treasure. Again, this the bottom is huge and then the top is super tiny. Very offset. All right, well, this is Streets of New Capenna, in which case, you know, the mobsters still controlled Wizard and they started printing very, very terrible tokens. We got Case the Joint. They cased the entire joint and took away with all the good tokens and left it with Windshield Agent. Enters the battlefield with a shield, and when it attacks, up to 1 target creature gains flying. That's nothing. Comelia, the Glamour Thief. It is a legendary, so you might want to use that as your commander. It's pretty cool, right? It has haste. When you play it, you can tap 1 and then add Grixis. Spend this mana on instant sorcery, so it's a pretty good instant sorcery commander for, you know, if you want to play like not Pauper, but only uncommon and common cards. I don't know what it's called, peasants. And all right, so we got Quasar, the Augur Agonies. Whenever you draw a card, target opponent loses 1 life and gain 1 life. This is a pretty good commander. Honestly, even for uncommon, for an Esper commander, this is pretty good. It's not broken, but it's not bad. Whenever you draw a card, you can make someone lose 1 life and you gain 1 life. And it's not abusable like Niv Mizzet, because it's lose life. You can't connect that with Curiosity. But it's you can shotgun it. All right, Sky Bridge Tower. Broker's Charm again. And then this is the Band Triumph. We're getting a lot of Triumphs, which is good. That's what I want from this set. I don't really care about much of anything else. We got Body Count. Spectacle. Draw a card for each creature that died under your control this turn. I think Spectacle is when someone loses life. You can pay it for the Spectacle cost. So that's pretty good. Right, draw a card for each creature that died under your control this turn. If you have like a lot of sacking creatures, like a lot of decay, might be good. The Ledger Shredder. Apparently this card went through the roof. It was like $1, now it's like $10. I don't know why. Maybe CEDH. I don't see it. It could be good. I don't know. And then we got another Bent Triumph. All right, so double Bent Triumph on the set. And then we got Toulouse, the Clever Conductor in Gilded Foil. Their Gilded Foil does look nice. Unfortunately, I don't know how many of these cards are actually sought after. Maybe in the future. When it enters the battlefield, it connives. Whenever you discard 1 card, 1 or more card, exile them from your graveyard. And when it dies, you can put the exile card in your hand. So it's kind of like a delayed draw ability, or delayed get your card back ability. That's pretty good, right? So as a commander, maybe good, like a mid-power commander. And then, where's the Gilded Foils? And then we have the Ogre Warrior. That guy doesn't even look like an ogre. It just looks like a very tall dude. And I guess the centering is a little better. It's definitely still thicker on the bottom than it is on top, but it is a little better. And on the doggo, yeah, you can kind of still see it. The bottom is thicker than the top. The left and right is okay. And the thing about centering is a lot of people think about top and bottom or left and right, but they don't think about rotation. And I've been noticing that some of the centering has a rotational problem. All right, we got the Speakeasy server serving as halos. Oh, on an unrelated note, on these Celebrity Fencer, this card is amazing in draft. Because all it has is an alliance ability where it gets a +1/+1 counter. But there's so many generating 1/1 citizen token abilities in this set. Like a lot of draft games, I ended up with like, a 10-9 or 11-10 and just swinging with it. It's a common too, so it's amazing. All right, and we got Night Clubber. That's funny. And we got Offer You Can't Refuse. I love this card. I'm going to put this on the side. I'm speculating that this card is going to be the swan song of the set. It is a great ability, right? 2 mana to counter target non-creature spell. Your opponent gets 2 treasures, yeah, but in EDH, there's a lot of way of stopping artifacts for having actual abilities. Or if they have 1 card left in their hand, you counter it, and they can have mana. Doesn't matter. They can't do anything with it. So I love this card. I want to put this on the side. That's my spec card. All right. Again, this play is not a plane. Not only is it not even like a, train station or whatever, it's not even flat. How could it be a plane? All right, I got Shatter Seraph. That's a creepy looking face. All right, Nimble Larcenist. So like an arsonist, but they burn large elves. And then we got Glamorous Outlaw again. Incandescent Aria. The card looks pretty cool, right? Incandescent Aria deals 3 damage to each non-token creature. So 3 mana, 3 damage. It looks cool, but hey, I don't know if that ability is anything. First Responder. There are heroes. Too bad I don't want this card. At the beginning of your end step, you may return another creature you control to its owner's hand. Then put a number of +1/+1 counter equal to the creature's power on First Responder. That is a terrible card. All right, and then we got Cut of the Prophet. Casualty 3. Draw X card and lose X life. I don't know. How much time do you want to casualty something that makes you lose that much life? This is a little bit risky. And then we got Cabaretti's Ascendancy. At the beginning of your upkeep, look at the top card of your library. It's a creature or planeswalker. You may reveal it, put it into your hand. If you don't put the card in your hand, you may put it on the bottom of your library. Pretty good card. Oh, gee, this is the card I wanted. Tivit, Seller of Secret. This card's not worth anything, but it's great in the Commander game. It's got Council's Dilemma. Like I said, I love voting. Whenever it enters the battlefield or deal combat damage to a player, starting with you, everyone votes for evidence or bribery. Each evidence vote, you investigate. Each bribe vote, create treasure token. And while voting, you can vote additional time, so you can give yourself a bunch of treasure token or a bunch of clue tokens. It's pretty fun. Not good or anything, but it's pretty fun. All right, we got a treasure token. This treasure token looks better centering-wise. Still a little bit higher or a little bit thinner on top, a little bit thicker on the bottom. But it does look better. So maybe at the end of the entire box, I'm going to have one that is actually centered. All right, Waterfront District. Masked Bandit, Brokers, something, Fairy, Vandal. This is the one where you draw a second card, put a +1 counter. Yeah, see, this one compared to the Ledger. The Ledger makes you connive this one with +1 counter. This one is not worth anything. Ledger's worth $10. And look at this mountain. You call that a mountain? That looks nothing like a mountain. That looks like Akira. Whatever. All right, and then we got, oh wait, no, this is just Racer's Ring. I thought it was a Triumph for a second. We have Lagrira, the Magpipe. Oof, that's too many words. And then we got Broker's Charm again. But this is a gilded foil version of the Broker's Charm, but it's so dark. Structural Assault. They assault the structure. Skyboom Evangelist. Cut your losses. I never understood this card, right? It's Casualty 2. Target player mills half their library, rounded down, and then you can copy it. But when you copy it, does not mean that they milled their library. They just milled 3/4 of their library, which, and a mill deck, I don't know. It might be better just to mill like 20 cards off someone's library at that point. Gyada, Fount of Hope. This is an amazing commander. For like Angels, that everyone's talking about it. I'm not going to talk about it anymore, but I love this card. It's great. And then we got Shadow of Mortality. Not a good card, but it's got a fancy art form, and it's got a funny, wonky ability, and it's cost 15, so you can kind of use this to like hit someone for 15 on like Yuriko or another spell that basically deal damage equal to the CMC of one of your spells. It's something. And we got a way better centering on this fish. Just a second, let me compare the centering of these two fishes. Look how different they are. That's amazing how embarrassing this one is. Anywho, go to the next one. I only got one offer I can't refuse. I want to have all the offers I couldn't refuse, but that might be too many offers for me. All right, and then we got a Jewel Thief. This card's actually pretty good. All right, so it's ETB, create a treasure token, but if you can abuse ETB, you get a bunch of treasure tokens. That's not bad. All right, and then we got Riveteer's Charm, the Angelic Observer, a swamp that definitely isn't a swamp, not a Triome, a Maestro's Charm, a foil Riveteer's Charm, Obscure Interceptor, and a Chaldea Guardian. I remember, I think I've seen this lady somewhere before. All right, whenever this Guardian or another creature you control with mana 4 or greater dies, create 2/1/1, and you can blitz it. So you basically can create 2/1/1 after you blitz it. That's not bad. But, I mean, okay, it's not bad for like a standard game or a draft game, but this is a commander card, which makes it completely useless. And what commander game would you really care about having 2/1s on the floor? All right, and we got Mysterious Limousine, we got another Tullis, and we got a foil Workshop Word Chief, and then a treasure token that is okay centered. Not great, okay. And we got a wizard in the back. Sack this creature, counter targets non-creature spell unless its controller pays 1. That's a cool token. I don't know how many cards actually create this, but I like this token. All right, let's see what else we got. We got copy. All right, so we got Obscura, Storefront, Exhibition, Magician. I think I said Exhibition. I did not mean to say Exhibitionist. If I said that, maybe that is what it is. And we got Slip Out the Back. I'm also speculating on this card because it's a 1-mana blue card that phases out a creature, and that's not bad, right? So you can phase out one of your good commanders to keep them from dying. I definitely respect this card. All right, we got an Island. We got Wannabe Triome. We got Cormelia, Glamorous, Thief, Spara, Injunctigator. We got another Mythic, this time Jetmir, Nexus of Revels. I think this is a pretty fun commander to play when your friends are not obnoxiously running all of the counter spells in their decks. This might be fun to play, right? So it's like your creatures get +1/+0 as long as you have 3, or +1/+0 in Vigilance, +1/+0 and Trample if you have 6, +1/+0, and Double Strike if you have 9. So if you have a bunch of creatures, they get +3/+0, have Vigilance, Trample, and Double Strike. So yeah, if you have 9 creatures, you pretty much win the game. And that's pretty fun to have in like a casual commander game. Unfortunately, if everyone runs like, 10 counter spells in their deck, you're never going to get that off. And then we have Misfortune Teller. Whenever Misfortune Teller enters the battlefield, or deals combat damage to a player, exile target card from the graveyard. If it was a creature card, put a 2/2 Black Rogue. If it was a land card, create a treasure, otherwise gain 3 life. It's not that bad, but it costs 4, so no. Haven Heart Stabber. It's like Backstabber, but they stab you in the heart. Yeah, I know what I said. All right, Scheming Fence. I think this is the Meddling Mage of the set. Pretty fun card. Corpse Explosion again. And the Devil. The Devil that's been the bane of everyone's existence on Arena the last few weeks. At least 2 weeks because of the stupid Obnixilis. That, yeah. Also a copy token. I didn't get any ops, but that's fine. That's the way the cookie crumbles. All right, what else we can get in this set? We got Antagonize, Halo Scarab, Gathering of Thrawn, Security Bypass. Those are commons yet. Rafine's Silencer, Refuse to Yield. That's a pretty fun card. It's a 2-mana, +2/+7, and untap a creature. So it's not amazing or anything, but I like that it's not amazing, but it's a fun card, and you can definitely run it in like standard games. People are not going to expect that. All right, Max Bandit, Crew Captain, Quasar, Errant. We've seen all those, and then we got Next of Kin. Enchant creature. Whenever enchant creature dies, you may put a creature card of your own with lesser mana value onto the battlefield, or from the command zone onto the battlefield. If you do, return Next of Kin to the battlefield. If you do, return next onto the battlefield attached to that creature at the beginning of the next end step. That's pretty fun. That's a little bit of recursion that you don't see coming, and it hits commanders, which is pretty new. I like this card. I haven't figured out how I can use it yet, but I do like this ability. Sanguine Spy. It's like Sanguine Bond, but not that good. All right, Menace, Lifelink, sacrifice another creature. Look at the top card of your library. You may put that in your graveyard. At the beginning of your end step, if there are 5 or more mana values, you pay 2 life and draw a card. Yeah, it's something. Hostile Takeover. It's ob, but except it's not ob. I wish it's ob. Up to 1 target creature has base power and toughness 1/1, and another has 5/5, and then deal 3 to the board. Tenacious Underdog. It's Creed. It's Apollo. It's thing that's killing everyone in standard. And then we got Treasure. Off-center Treasure. Oops. Oh, it's damaged. It's gone. It's not worth anything. Not that it was worth anything before because of all that off-centering. Last pack. Because it's last pack, it refused to be open. All right, so I got this box from Papa Bezos. Let's see if he failed us in getting us anything of worth value other than the Triomes. And that's all there is. Brass Knuckles, Forest, Cabaret Charm, Ravish Raveler, the Glamorous Outlaw. It's another gilded foil. We did get a few gilded foil in the set, but nothing too crazy. And then we got Unleash the Inferno. It deals 7 damage to target creature, Planeswalker. If it deals excess damage, destroy target artifact or enchantment. You go to the difference. With mana value, you go to the difference. And then Jailbreak, Jaxus the Troublemaker. We got another Topiary Stomper. This one is Alter Foil, or sorry, Alter Art, not Foil. And yeah, I do like Topiary Stomper. And I hate this card, Angel of Suffering. Why is it an actual mythic? This is terrible. It's a 5 mana, 5/3. If a damage will be dealt to you, mill that twice that many instead. First of all, probably don't want to mill cards unless you have a specific, deck geared toward milling cards. Which in a lot of decks, if you have a deck geared toward milling cards, you wouldn't want this in there. And it's a 5 mana, 5/3. So even the cost, like to power ratio, isn't that good. So it's just a terrible card all around. And then we got another Ogre Warrior. I said it was going to get better at the end. Instead, the centering got worse. So, yeah, you can see the words kind of cut off again. And on the top, I can see kind of the words just... Yeah. Terrible, terrible tokens all around. All right, so that's the whole box. Let me put this on the side so we can see what I got. Nothing too fancy, I think. I did get 4 Triomes, which, I mean, in a box... Is that average? Is that good? Probably average. Definitely not above average. If you get less than 4 Triomes in a box, that's like my luck with Fetchland at that point. We only got 5 Mythics. No, none of those are Mythics. All right, we only got 5 Mythics. Sorry, 7 Mythics. And 5 Gilded Foils. The Mythics that we got are not all amazing. We got 1 Tivit, which is the card that I wanted, even though it isn't worth anything. All the other mythics are, meh. No Planeswalker or anything. So that was, I would say that was like a C- box. Unfortunate, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. Don't buy from Papa Bezos apparently, otherwise you get this kind of stuff. And I'm just kidding. I do have more boxes to open next time, so thank you very much for joining me. More Capenna on the way next.